Oh my goodness. What was I doing? Oh, Jesus. What? What? Oh, I love the internet. Anyway. Jesus. This deck is so slippy. I'll let you rest. Like almost jumped there because I saw someone moving in the background, and here it's just one of the cats. Oh my goodness. Do do. Yes. Why is this? Why is vibrate one? She is helpless. So tired. Oh my goodness. No, get out of here. Goddamn pop-ups. How much do Oh, hi, Shannon. Sorry. I may or may not have been looking at jobs. I was a little early signing on today because I had a class not too long ago, so I figured I might as well just sit here. I have like a huge exam to take tonight that I'm procrastinating doing. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to tank it. How are you? Yeah. I'm like, I need a new job before I explode. I had like the worst day I've had in like a long time. And I have a lot of bad days because I hate my job, but I had a day the other day, my I overstudy. I overstudy. And then I don't remember anything. So like it's a good thing to take a break from studying. I feel like the more I study, the worse I do. Cause like my brain, like I overstudy and then I confuse myself, which is weird. It shouldn't work that way, but it does. But no, the other day, I was supposed to leave at 2, and I had just already covered another shift the day before. I switched with someone, so I already worked a long shift the day before, and then I had a short shift, and I worked till 2, or so I thought. And I had everything, I packed up everything that I was working on. Like I had a pretty good day, like a successful day at work, very productive, especially even for a short day. And I had everything cleaned up, ready to go home at 2. 2:10 rolls around. I'm still there and my coverage hasn't showed up. I text my boss. I'm like, yo, is anyone going to show up? Or, and apparently my one coworker was stuck at the laundromat. And I'm like, why didn't she do laundry earlier in the day? Or I don't know. That doesn't sound like a me problem. And my one coworker, I think I've said before, my one coworker has seizures. So like I can't leave her alone. Even though she's a shift supervisor, she can't be left alone, which makes no sense as to why she's a shift supervisor then if she can't be left alone. So I couldn't leave. So I was stuck at work for 45 minutes after my shift. So I had a really bad day and I'm like, I quit. I didn't quit, but I was like so done that I had like a text like typed out to my boss to be like, yeah, consider this my 2 weeks. And then I erased it because I'm like, that's impulsive. I need money. I need money to pay for all of this and them. But yes, I do need a new job because anyway, it's just I've had a bunch of bad days at work back to back, and it's just today I had off, but today was spent studying. But a bit stormy and windy. It's just got windy here. It was a beautiful day today, but now I can hear the wind kicking up outside. Like I think like right about when the sun went down, it started kicking up. And oof, it's cold though. Yeah, I don't know, not really. There's like this company that's excuse me, I got COVID. No, I'm just kidding. I hope not. God, I hope not. Although my job is so dangerous, just it's not as dangerous as working in a hospital, but the stories I could tell you. But no, there's a company that's not too far from here. It's like 45 minutes away. It's in the same city that my the school that I went to before I went to this school. It's where I started my degree, and then I transferred. It's community college. It's in that same area, and the capital of which makes no sense why it's the capital. Philly should be the capital because it's way more populated. But yeah, there's like this company that does like online marketing and stuff like that. And they have a content, what was it? A copywriter, a remote copywriter gig, so to speak. And they also have a copyright editor as well. And I was thinking about applying to one of those. If I get a remote gig, I can hang out with these brats all day. All day. The only thing that would be detrimental I would lose I don't have any benefits then. Because I don't think they have health insurance or anything there. But, which in the US is a thing. You gotta take that into consideration. But it would be nice to like, stay home and not deal with humans anymore, because I'm so sick of them. Anyway. Yeah, laundry, exactly. Like, and at the laundromat too. Like, why are you doing laundry? Why are you doing laundry right before your shift? That's the thing. Like, these, like, I don't want to be like these kids these days, but like these kids these days. Because she's a college student, and it's just like, I'm just like, just the amount of like the work ethic that these kids have, it kills me. I'm partially jealous that I don't give, that I can't be like that and just not give any fucks. But I'm partially jealous of that. But I'm also like grateful that I have real work ethic, But God, I couldn't imagine just not giving a shit. That must be just beautiful. And meanwhile, while I'm waiting to leave, my other coworker is just sitting on her ass. She's just sitting on her, literally. And my job is not a job where you sit on your ass. And I'm just like, I had a really productive day. Like, I got a lot of stuff done. I try to work hard because I'm there and I'm being paid. So, but these kids these days, man, the lack of work ethic, I hate it. But also, like I said, I'm also jealous because I wish I could be like that. And my boss like texts me and apologized. He's like, I didn't know she was going to be that late. I'm like, and I just did not answer because I knew I was going to like end up like saying something to get myself fired. And all he had to say the next day was he said something where he's like, yeah, we should really have a chat about that, her and I. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, it's a lot. These kids, yes, exactly. Well, I'm also like fed up with like a lot of, like you said, like a lot of people are just in moods because it's something. Like, I know Sarah and I talk a lot about it, like her just, it's just so much during this pandemic. And she works in like hospital, atmosphere because she does autopsies and all that. So like, it's even worse for her. Oh, hold on. Josh is texting me. What do you want? Oop, my phone just, I had my phone plugged in charging. What do you want, Josh? I'm trying to do a live show. Okay. I can order if you want to just pick up. He's getting food. He's trying to order, but his phone is like so full because his phone's older. I thought that noise was your computer. I know, sorry. I disconnected my phone because it was dying. It's easier because of the outlets all the way over there. I would have had to like reach all the way over. Okay. I gotta order dinner because his phone doesn't want us to order it. And he's out doing his taxes right now. Oh, get the new version. Hold on. Update. Damn it. Yeah, he said about getting food. He wants Chipotle. He's been wanting Chipotle, which I just made tacos yesterday, so I had leftover tacos today. It's a whole thing. But anyway. Yeah, that's what she does. I think she loves it, but I think even, well, I don't want to speak for her. That's her business, but I think even she's just, it's a lot, especially now. I'm sure she's like extremely overwhelmed with like what she's doing. But again, I don't want to speak for her, but yeah. I had, speaking of like customer interactions, see, that's what I want. I just don't want to interact with customers anymore. Like, I don't want that. I gotta plug this back in. God dang it. It's gonna be another noise. Hold on. Doop, doop, doop. But I had a customer in the other day, and he was in, and he wasn't wearing a mask, which like 50% of the people that come in now aren't wearing masks, which is fun. I don't understand how it's gotten worse, like with masks. Like, why is it such a thing? Hold on. It should be one button. I just want one button. I just want to order. Okay. I just want this. Add to bag. Sorry, this is great chatting me, just ordering food. Yes. Sure, round up for the Young Farmers Coalition. Go for it. I always round up. Why wouldn't I? Okay. Whoops. Okay. There. All right, I ordered. It's too easy. But I had a customer in not wearing a mask, right? Which again, that part's not even surprising to the story. But he's chatting with another anti-masker who's like, just, they didn't even know each other. Like, they were just strangers. And he's telling her how his wife just died of COVID. And he like was bragging about how he didn't get it. Because she goes, oh, and you didn't catch it. And he goes, nope, I didn't get it. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, so you're walking around my store right after your wife just died. Like, she literally just died the day before. Saying you had interaction with your wife because you said goodbye to your wife. And you're claiming you didn't have COVID. So you probably do have COVID, and you're walking around right now spreading it because you're asymptomatic. And I'm just like, I know you have a death wish, but I don't. Just because you want to die and join your wife does not mean that you should take it, be contaminating the rest of us. Sorry, my internet is like a little slow, so if I'm lagging, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, it's just so fun. I know I have to do my taxes. Ready at 7:30. I doing live chat. I don't think he knew that I had a live chat. I don't think he knows I have an exam today either. But anyway. Yeah. Sarah, and I think she's been doing a lot more art too, which is nice. All those like things she's been making are so beautiful. I think that's a nice like de-stressor as well for her. She's so freaking talented. She's such a beautiful human. But yeah, it's just, Oh yeah, I think it's the false insecurity with the vaccine, because we haven't even had that great of vaccine distribution yet, not in my state at least. And I am in a more rural, that's a hard word to say, area. So like I I know like two people who have gotten both shots. And they are lucky sons of bitches. And it was literally just like pure luck that they got in for their shots. I haven't gotten mine yet. I want it. I want it. And they keep sending out like these surveys at work over like whether or not you want the vaccine. And I'm like, yes, stab me. Like, like just do it. And I hate shots, like hate them. I hate vaccines. I know they're necessary, but like the shot part, I hate it, but I know it's necessary. But like, I'm so ready. Like, please stab me. But I don't know. And I don't understand why essential workers aren't like, because every state in the US is like, they have control on who gets the vaccine, like how the rollout goes. Every state's different. And for my state, it's medical industry, nurses and all that, and old people, older people. And I think maybe some health conditions, but to them, I'm a perfectly healthy individual. So I'll be like one of the last to get it. But I also don't understand why those people can stay home. Like a lot of those people, well, not the nurses and that, but like other people like can stay home. And yes, they deserve it. I'm not saying I don't want to take it away from it, but I think that essential workers should be included into the people who can also get the vaccine, because we've been working with the public with anti-maskers since the beginning, and it would just be nice to just be recognized. But it's up to the state. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying I definitely shouldn't go ahead of like people working in hospitals and working, like nursing homes and all that. Like I'm not saying I should be ahead of them. I'm saying that maybe I should be considered, right after them. Like, because I can't stay home. And that's not fair. But anyway. Exactly. Yeah. That's how I feel. And everybody has like their different opinions, but I don't know. I have people at my job that I work with who won't be getting the vaccine. I have a girl that we hired another college student because I live in a college town. She also like has an internship with the EMTs in the area, and she was offered the vaccine and refused it. And then her entire field hockey team got COVID, including her. And I'm just like, I hate you. Because she wants to be a doctor. And she wants to be a doctor, refuse the vaccine because she's not sure of the side effects. And I'm like, you want to be a doctor. I'm just like, I have so much to say. I'm just going to bite my tongue. Anyway, it just pisses me off because I want the vaccine. And here this girl is who's working, and free, like offered it and just refuses it. And then her whole entire field hockey team, which second off, why are team sports still going on? But her entire field hockey team gets COVID. And I'm like, I hate you. Yeah, it's just a whole thing. I guess we should talk about this book. I've rambled for like 20 minutes about my crappy job and vaccine hesitancy. I read the whole thing, but I physically read, I just pulled out like my card of where I read. I only like physically read a little bit. So I didn't do any of the quotes, but I listened to the audiobook then because, studying and all that. But I was going to say read up too. Yeah. I didn't finish it. No, I'm just kidding. I did finish it. I read it. I listened to the audiobook. I always forget to do the codes. Yes, I listened to the audio because I was at work, and that was my productive day. I listened to like the entirety of this audiobook almost at work. Delightful. I see. The only downside is I get to like look at the pictures afterwards because like they're not like on the audiobook. Last time there was like an accompanying PDF, and then with this time there was an accompanying a PDF, but only thing it had was the magic tricks. It didn't have the other pictures. But yeah, he narrates parts of it. He narrates the NPH narrates the magic tricks, and the ending he narrated as well. Like the last, I guess it's kind of like an epilogue, right? Epilogue, is that the right word? The grand finale, that this one. He narrates that, but like I forget who the other person is. A girl narrates the rest of it because of being from Ridley's point of view. But he narrated the first book because I listened to a little bit of the first book. Did I listen to some of Theo's? Or did I read Theo's? Like physically read? I read all of them, but I don't think I did. I don't think I listened to Theo's. I can't remember, but the ending, flipping heck. I know. Well, I don't think I guessed that Callaghan was going to be Carter's uncle. I don't think I guessed that. But I do remember thinking that Callaghan's uncle was going to come back. Cuz that whole thing like just kind of like he just like ended, and I'm like, But I don't think that I thought that it was going to be Uncle Sly was actually going to be Callaghan. I thought maybe he would like Uncle Sly seemed like the type that would end up working for Callaghan. But I didn't see, I don't think that I saw that coming. I did kind of guess that not that Dean was the twin, but I kind of guessed that like the other twin was still alive. I wasn't sure who it was, but like I kind of like thought to myself like like it seems awfully suspicious, but yeah. It's a bit like an epilogue, then it's like an invite to be magical. Yeah. Well, the last I loved because I loved listening to that last chapter. Like, oh, it's so because he narrates that last chapter, NPH, and it's like, have you ever done like those? They do them on Calm, like that Calm app or that Headspace app, and I forget what they're called. It's like a walkthrough meditation. That's what it sounded like, you know, because it was like talking about like, here's your invitation. And then it's like, we make our way to the Grand Oaks Hotel. And I'm like, it was like you were like going through like a visualization. It was really, I loved listening to, yes, a guided meditation. Yeah. Like a visualization of it. I don't know. It was really like it could have been like I could listen to that to like go to sleep. Like it was very soothing. And it's like I could see like the walking up to like the I'm really glad I listened to that part because it was very like I don't know, that whole scene is like you're walking up to the Grand Oak Hotel and you're making your way to your seat that has your name on it and it's reserved for you, and it was beautiful. I really like that chapter, but I was shocked I didn't see the twist or the next twist. Dean, yeah, I didn't think it was going to be Dean. Yeah, when he was stuck in the box. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is like speaking of one of my favorite illustrations when I got to go back and like look at the illustrations. That's like one of my favorite. I love that one. Also Callaghan, not Callaghan, but like, well, it is Callaghan, but I didn't visualize Carter's Uncle Sly looking like that. Like I didn't expect that. Like to look like Callaghan looks. I didn't expect that. But there's like a jet flying above or something. But yeah. Yeah, and then I love that. That image is really beautiful too. And all this like support behind the curtains of like the different like family. If only Theo's family was there. Well, I guess Izzy and Ollie's as well, but they all look so happy. But yeah. Yeah. Transformation, yeah. Yeah. Here are the Mr. Vernons. Yeah, and what's her faces? Ridley's mom. Oh, Ridley's like story throughout. Like, oh. And then like the ending when you realize like her mom's just like stressed. She's like working to like support her daughter because her dad's like always on the road. She's just like trying to stay like grounded. But the theme of like the secrets, yeah. I loved like them all blurting out the secrets, and then Izzy like Izzy, I'm also concerned that my brother's not funny. But yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I cried. I'm like, oh my god, this middle grade book is making me cry. I'm like, oh my god. Like, oh. It's so sad. And that she was there and she heard that and oh, my heart. But I think that's like again, when like, because we talk a lot about like these themes that like are relatable to both adults and kids, like in middle grade, which is why I love middle grade. But one of the many reasons, but like that's like a thing that like I think is very relatable to both, like an adult, like a parent will read this and be like, I need to tell my kid I love them, like, because maybe, you know, I get caught up in the busyness of, you know, life and I don't take enough time for that. And then I think kids look at that and they're like, oh, my mom or my dad, my parents, whatever, they're just really busy. And, you know, like they're trying to, sometimes love is shown in different ways. And I'm just like, oh my God. But so beautiful. But some levity is always with Izzy and all. Like, they're hilarious. They kill me. Yeah. Everyone can see the impact of secrets. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And talking to each other and like, and I also think like, oh, speaking of, I love this. I love this one too. It's one of my favorites as well. But I think like with Mr. Vernon, I think like the fact that like sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes holding on to like those secrets and mistakes, like I'm not sharing them, like, you know, you're trying to be like superhuman for your kids and magical, and you know, sometimes they need to hear, you know, that you faults too. And just everybody makes mistakes. It's what you do after you make those mistakes that matters. Anyway. I know, I love that. I love that illustration. It's so cute. It's one of like the few we get of them two together, like being affectionate as well. We don't really see that much because we're always focused on like the Misfits. Yeah, for most of the secrets, and everybody was impacted by it. Yep. Yeah, and I think like what would have happened if he wouldn't have kept that secret, and he would have, told the Misfits like what had happened. But yeah, I think he was the cause, because like he wrote that note, apologizing. I don't think he was like the immediate cause. I think things just got out of hand. It was an accident, but like, yeah. But from what I hear, they weren't very good people. So, but that not that they deserve to die, but they're like keeping their one twin a fucking secret. Like the trauma. No wonder Callaghan is like that. And when I say Callaghan, I'm using it in the plural sense. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Ooh, my light just flickered. Please don't go out, power. That would be scary. Especially all the way up here. I'd have to stumble down the stairs. But yeah, oh my goodness. Like keeping your one kid a secret just so you can scam other people. It's so awful. Yeah, and had to stay separate to keep up the ruse. Yeah. It was almost like, like one of them was dead, even though one of them was, they weren't. But like it still had like the same kind of trauma because they couldn't be like together. Neither one of them could like fully live, like they always had to. The trauma that must have on kids. Yeah, only living a half life. Yes, exactly. I love that this has so many well, not so many, but there's like there's two different sets of twins, which I think is another like nod to Neil Patrick Harris's kids. Because I believe they're twins. And speaking of which, the dedication, so cute. I love the dedications. The first one was one of the kids, and the other one was the other kid. And then the last one was his parents, and this one was to David, which is his husband. So cute. I was already like emotional after reading just the dedication. I'm like, so sweet. But yeah, I think the twins, I think having twins be a theme in the books, I think that was like very much because of his twins. There's a lot of like his own life in here because like he's all into magic in real life, and there's just so much like, and the two Mr. Vernons, and it's just really great. I said the series is over. Yeah, me too. It's such a good series. So like underrated. Like I don't see anyone talking about it. I also wonder if every hardcover has a different suit on it. You probably do. Probably. I think the paperbacks do. Because I have Theo's right here, but the one with Theo in it, but I don't know where the other ones are. I don't know where they are. Oh goodness, that hurt my back. But yeah. Yeah, he is like an amateur magician. Like he is like super into magic and stuff. I think he does a lot of like stuff with magic with his character on How I Met Your Mother. I think he does like magic. I think that character does magic, and that's all Neil Patrick Harris. He is into magic. I think he has been since he was like little. But it's just nice to see that in like this book and stuff. Only hesitation I would have recommending was one secret was I have a family in another town. I know some of the secrets I'm just like, Yeah. Yeah. How I Met Your Mother is an extremely overrated show. Josh made me watch all of it. All of it. All of it. All of it. And it is I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about that show. I hate it. It's mostly because of the ending. The ending is awful. I hate it so much. The ending pisses me off so much. If you ever end up watching the entire show, we can talk about. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's also super repetitive. Like the show is good to just watch an episode here and there, catch it here and there on TV, but I would not watch it all again, like back to back to back. Because like the main character, because it's all about like How I Met Your Mother, and like so every episode you're like, okay, is this the mother? Which obviously it isn't because you just keep going until the end, and it's super repetitive. Like the main character just, yeah, it's something. It's just something. It's just really repetitive. But I do love Neil Patrick Harris in that show. They kind of fucked up his character development towards the end, but I'm gonna shut up in case you ever watch it. But it's a long show. Anyway. Secret doesn't bother me, but I can imagine it being a bit challenged to explain to a parent. Yeah. 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 Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh my God, I love it. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine so much. It's such a fun show. That show is great. And also Superstore, which I think is on the same network. Superstore is, if you want to see a show of my life and what I go through on a daily basis, Superstore is basically it. Superstore is the most. I'm so upset that I think it's done. We're just about done. I think it's on its last season, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I heard, I don't know if it's going to be renewed again. But that show is the most relatable show I have, like when it comes to like my job, that I have ever watched. It's because there's little tidbits in there where like they'll cut to like a scene of like, for example, like an old man standing at the cash register counting change out of like a bag to pay for his order. That is like, yep, that's exactly my life. I have been in that exact situation. That show is very relatable. Great show, but yes, I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine is like in the same vein, but a police thing. And also Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just everything. I don't know if you've gotten, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's an episode, I don't want to get into like it, but there's an episode where she talks about her sexuality to her parents, and like that whole episode is just that episode's the most relatable episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine for me, and made me bawl like a little baby. I love that episode so much. But anyway. Andre Bell, that's the guy who plays the police officer or the police chief, right? Andre, I think that's his. I don't know their names, but I don't even use pennies are a waste. Pennies are a waste. They cost more to make than they do to use. They are stupid. Pennies are stupid. So are nickels, if we're going to be completely honest. So is change in general. Let's just get rid of change. Anyway. Yeah, Rosa's she's the straight shooter. She's my favorite character. I love her so much. Yeah, the captain. Yeah. He's great. I love his character too. That's a really good show. Such a good show. It's another one of those shows that I feel like people don't chat about. Yeah, I'm not sure what season, especially if you've just started. I don't know what season that is. Brooke, I'm gonna Google it. Maybe it'll tell me. It's one of Game Night. It's called Game Night. Oh, it's not till season 5. You got a while yet. You got a while yet. It's not till season 5. I don't know what season you're on, but it's my favorite episode. Love it so much. I've watched that episode like multiple times just to like, just to feel all the things. I love it. Few Emmys this year. Yeah. It deserves it too. It's a show that got like it got canceled by one of the networks. I forget what network it was on, and they canceled it, and it literally survived because there was just an outpouring on social media about that show, like trying to like bring it back, like people pissed, like petitions signed. Twitter was just like blown up with like save 99 or save the 99, and it ended up being saved by another network, whatever it's on now. NBC, is it on now? Yeah, but it was almost dead. Like the show was almost like it was canceled, and then the fans like were pissed. Pissed, so another network picked it up. Yeah, legit. It's like one of like the few times that like the fans has saved their asses, and I think that's why they're so like if you follow them on, well, I wouldn't follow the Brooklyn Nine if you're only on season 1. I wouldn't follow them on Instagram because you'll get all kinds of spoilers, but I think like they are like really like all of the actors are like super like supportive of the fans and appreciative of the fans, and I think that's why. I think that's a huge reason why. I think that like that response just like they just, yeah, I think they really realize like how important fans are. And now it's up for Emmys, so like what the hell do these like executives know? But yeah, get caught up before you fall, because I'm sure they'll give spoilers. I'm sure. I'm behind a season myself. I'm behind a season because with school and life and everything, I'm behind. But yeah, it's such a good show though. So good. You're just gonna, it's just so good. You're gonna have so much fun. It's definitely I got my whole family to watch that show now. Like I think everyone in my family watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That one, and I think every single person that I've recommended Jane the Virgin to loves it. Like I don't think there's anyone that I've recommended Jane the Virgin to that has been like, because that's another show that is like super underrated. But even Josh talks shit about that show, but then if I have it on, he's glued to it because it's addicting. It's an addictive show. But like my sister was really hesitant about Jane the Virgin, and I'm like, no, trust me. And I played her one episode, and she's like glued to it, and we just like ended up watching like 3 episodes. Like just sitting there like glued to it, like back to back, and just like binged like 3 episodes together. And now she's like I need to watch the rest of it. Yeah, it's a great show. Jane the Virgin is brilliant. I did not think it was going to be anything. I started it as like I was out of things to watch on Netflix. Like sometimes you get to those points where you're like, what the hell am I going to watch now? Like you just feel like you've watched all of it, even though there's thousands of things to watch. You just kind of reach that point where you're like, I don't feel like I have anything to watch. And I like to have shows on in the background while I do things because that's just me. I like the noise of the TV. I don't know if it's like my ADD, if I have ADD or something, but I like the noise. And like, especially when studying or like doing school or something monotonous, I like the TV on. I like the TV on when I'm reading too, but it's always shows that I've already watched. But yeah, that was a show that I'm like, oh, I'll just put this on in the background. I'm sure it's not going to be, anything great. It looks really stupid. And then and I remember when the show first came out and I'm like, this looks so dumb. So dumb because the trailer did not do it justice. And then it ended up becoming like one of my favorite shows. Like that show is so great. So amazing. Just brilliantly done. I didn't know that it was like, it's a telenovela, but an Americanized version of a telenovela. And I didn't know any of that because like the trailer doesn't give away any of that. The trailer, I just thought, oh, this girl just got like she's like the Virgin Mary. That's what the trailer told me. I'm like, okay, this doesn't appeal to me at all. And then I'm like, oh, there's so much drama. It's like a soap opera, but like a telenovela, which is like, telenovelas are like soap operas on acid. And that's what that is. It's just... That wind. Wind is nasty. Anyway. Yeah. Possibility to watch everything, but sometimes it feels like, yeah, the same. We just watched, we're almost done, I think, with Bly. We're watching The Haunting of Bly Manor. We just watched The Haunting of Hill House. Look at her eyes are glowing. What? Yeah, it's windy. It's windy, Sansa. It's windy. But we just watched The Haunting of Hill House, and that was first episode was creepy. The rest of it, go away, pop up. But the rest of it was just like sad. Yeah, it's the best way. That's the best way I can describe a telenovela is just like remember like the cheesy soap operas from like growing up and like in like the 90s, like, well, yeah, the 90s soap operas, maybe even the 80s ones, like the cheesy ass soap operas. Like take those and all the ridiculous, stupid twists and turns that happen in those damn things and put it on acid. And that is a telenovela. And that is Jane the Virgin. But in a good way. Like it's done so brilliantly. So brilliantly. Anyway. Themes in Hill House are heavy. Yeah. Yeah. Bly Manor's it's good. I think it's good, but I think it's like, what is she looking at? I think the wind has her thinking someone's coming in the house. But yeah, I liked Hill House more. I think I have never read Turn of the Screw though. I've read. She's just staring. I've read Haunting of Hill House, but I haven't read Turn of the Screw. So like, I don't even know what's gonna happen, like at all. Not that Haunting of Hill House wasn't exactly like The Haunting of Hill House, but yeah, I had an idea of things, but it's good. It's good. I like it, but I don't like it as much, I don't think. Yeah, the Bly Manor one. Yeah. Yeah, it's Turn of the Screw is what it's based on. Just like Haunting of Hill House was based on The Haunting of Hill House. This one is the Bly Manor one is based on Turn of the Screw. That's what I've heard. Josh has read Turn of the Screw and he goes, can't tell you what it was even about. But he read it like in school. I think he had to read it. But I'm like, I don't think I've read it. I might own it. It's probably up there on the classics shelf somewhere, but I've never read it. I expect it to be, like you said, dry. What is she doing? What? What? You're so cute. You're so bad. You're a very bad cat, but you're very cute. What do you see? That's not helping me. The fact that you see something over there and there's nothing over there is not nice. Stop looking. She's just staring over there. There's nothing over there. Stop. You're freaking me out. I'm talking about ghosty things and now you're staring over there. If you hear me scream all of a sudden and run out of the room, well, I can't. I'd be trapped. If there was something standing right there, I'd be trapped. So I'd probably just freeze and scream. But if you see, if I suddenly die on screen, a ghost got me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the season's pretty good. Like I like it, but I don't think it's as good as I'm trying not to compare them because they're two way different stories. Well, not way different, but they're two different stories. But yeah, and I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know. But I loved The Haunting of Hill House. It was heavy, but ooh, it was so good. It made me cry a lot, but it was good. But yeah, no ghosts. I think she's just hearing the wind like blow throughout the house, and it's well now she's asleep, so I guess we're fine. I guess we're fine. I have like a scratch on my shoulder. That's what I'm messing with, like scratch on my shoulder from them. They love to climb on my freaking shoulders. I was brushing my teeth yesterday, day before. I don't remember what day it was. I brush my teeth every day, but I don't know what day it was that I was brushing my teeth before work, and I was upright too, like this. I wasn't even like, oh, she's looking again. I wasn't even bent over, and all of a sudden I feel, you know how like when kids piggyback on like their parents' back and they jump and they wrap their arms like around like their neck and like hang on like their back, you know, like a piggyback ride. That's what she did to me while I was brushing my teeth. I'm sitting there brushing my teeth, and all of a sudden I feel, and I look over, and it's just her head just right here, just hanging on me like this, like her paws were like here, and she's just hanging on her, and her legs are like here around my sides. I'm like, what is happening? She like propelled herself from the toilet and jumped like on my back. I was just like, okay. And just hung there. I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And I finished brushing my teeth. It's like having kids. She keeps looking over there. This is a very drafty house, though, because it's very old. It's very drafty, so when it's windy, the whole house fucking moves, I feel like. But anyway, sorry. Anyway, I rambled. I'm rambling. Do we have anything we want to talk about? Anything else? Oh my goodness. About the actual book instead of me rambling about my cats. I love Ridley. She's the one I think I relate to the most. Her personality. Anyway. Yeah, I loved it. So good. And such like a great ending. I was worried about like how they were going to end it. I assumed like Callaghan would get caught, but then I'm like, I don't know. I was interested to see like how they would end it. But I thought it was interesting that they like convinced the dean to go to the jail as well. Which is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I really like those like scenes where she like would get like worked up and she'd like snap and then she'd like hold herself back from like being, you know, like from being like too rough around the edges. But hello. I've been there. I love Munich. It's beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah, okay to feel strongly. Yeah, yeah, that it bothered her friends. And I liked, who was it? I don't remember where it happened in the book, but like, didn't someone say like, I think it was her like teacher, her guardian. I think she said like in here about like, that her feelings were valid, even if, you know, even if they weren't, the best feelings, like saying that her feelings were valid. Oh, the workroom and like the box. She's like crazy inventive. My eyes are very German. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's the German ancestry. And some Polish from what I hear, but I don't know if that's true. But oh, I loved that the parrot. I love that the parrot was talking in code. So cool. I didn't know that. Like the whole time, I kind of thought that like he was like talking in code, like, but I wasn't sure if they were ever gonna touch on that. Oh yeah, her box. That's not a euphemism, but there's a moment they were talking about secrets and Theo said, oh yes, well Carter and like his secret. I felt that because he was talking about, he's like, when I say that I never stole, but I did steal for food, and I'm just like, kid, you're breaking my heart. The whole secret part, that whole scene was just getting me in the feels. Oh, I like this illustration too. Yeah. And it's like, they're all friends. Like, share your damn secrets. Talk. And like, it must, like, the weight that just carries. Poor kids. Yeah, lots of it. Yeah, I feel like this was such a good finale to the series. Like sometimes series finales like leave you feeling I don't know, like you're missing something, and I feel like this just kind of, it rounded it out perfectly, that if he wanted to make more books he could, but also it rounded it out enough that it's like, wow, this is a good series. And I don't think I have like any like, I think Josh is home. I don't think I have like any. Yep, Josh is home. See, she knows. She hears him. Oh, see. I don't think I have like any like burning questions left over, which sometimes you have that with like series, like loose ends. And I don't think I have any like loose ends. But to agree to disagree, yeah. It's okay to agree with friends as much as opposed to the issue. Wait, and really felt like it was okay to not agree to disagree, but it's also okay to agree with friends. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, there's like no loose ends. Everything was like, this series is so well done, and I just, like I said, like I feel like people overlook middle grade so much. Middle grade March is happening now, I believe, but like everybody should be reading this. Yes, I believe he probably has food. Probably. But yeah, it's middle grade March. Not that matters for me because I barely read as it is, but I read an audiobook. I read half of this, listened to the audiobook, And I finished War of the Worlds this past month. I think those are like the only 2 books other than like textbooks that I read. I've been reading Silence of the Lambs since like last year. I just can't get back to it because it's just like schoolwork. It's drowning. Oh, and I read I don't know where it is. I read Sacrifice of Darkness for like a book club thing that I joined randomly. It's graphic novel club. It's like Sista Sci-Fi. I post about it in my stories, but like they have like this graphic novel. It's a random bookstore I found. They have like a graphic novel book club that they just started, and I'm like, yes. Yeah, War of the Worlds. It was interesting, but yeah, I should probably go eat dinner, but yeah. Yeah. The book club I was early to. I forgot because they are in Seattle. I think they're like near Seattle, I believe. And and I got all excited, but I didn't look at the time zone. I didn't realize time zones were a thing. I was just really excited. I was sat down. I like had like a drink, like my water. I was like ready to go. I had the book ready. And then I realized that I was 3 hours early. Like logged onto the event and it's like, your event doesn't start until 3 hours. And I'm like, what? It's like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, it's fine. I don't know what to read next. What should we read next? It's not urgent. It's wrapped up in foil. It'll be fine. What are you doing? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Hey, chunky boy. Hey, chunky boy. Bane sighting. Bane sighting. Bane sighting. Bane sighting. Oh, he's purring very loudly. You're obnoxious. Oh, I'm gonna get the Billy. Oh, I know you hate it. I'm sorry. He's like, too much. Oh, Drogo's right here too. Come here, Drogo. Come here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. Give me hugs. Give me hugs. He's like, oh God. He jumped. I had my class today. He jumped right on the screen. And my professor goes, Elizabeth, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Oh, his tail. Your tail is in the camera. You can't even see my face anymore. Okay, it's like a monster movie. Curse of the Tail. Will you get out of here? What? Hi. Bane's, or not Bane, Drogo's tail is in most our series. Oh my goodness, get out of here. He's killing me. He's trying to like rub against the screen. Will you stop? Will you stop? Will you stop? You're so bad. You're so bad. They are something. They are something. So cute. So cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay, books. Sorry, cats. Cats. You guys are so distracting. Oh. I guess I should put this cover back on this book. I wonder when I think I already looked it up. When I think it's this year. It should be that the paperback of this comes out. But I don't know when. Oh, you've never read Jason Reynolds? I haven't read any of the Ghost book series yet. I haven't read them yet. I do love me some Jason Reynolds. I've read a lot of his middle grade stuff. I haven't, not middle grade, his young adult stuff. Yes? Can I assist you? I'll be down in a bit. What are you guys doing? You're being bad. You're being bad. Yeah, I always wonder that, like, about that series too, because I'm like, I don't read a lot of sports related books. It's not something I'm like drawn to. I own I think I own like the third book in that series. I'd have to get the first book, but I think I own like the third book or the second book. And I remember buying it because it's Jason Reynolds. And I've heard great things, even though it's like sports related, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I don't know. I'm guessing it would be good because Jason Reynolds is like phenomenal. But oh, I haven't read any of that either. There's more than one book in that series? I remember seeing the first one. There's more than one book in that series. Who knew? I remember when the first book came out. Those would be fun. I just burped. Excuse me. I'm reading a synopsis because I don't remember what the synopsis is about. I've heard nothing but good things about. My light like flickered. If the power goes out, I'm gonna be mad. Maya in the Rising Dark. I just read. I think if that's the series that I think it is, oh, that's the same girl who wrote. She wrote. I want to read that too. She wrote Kingdom of Souls, right? I love Kingdom of Souls. Is that the same author, or is it spelled differently? It's like, or is it spelled differently? Like thinking that they're two different. Oh, I think it's spelled different. No, I think it's the same person. Oh yeah, there it is. That is adorable. It looks so cute. Well, go back. I want to look at it. It reminds me of, yeah, urban fantasy or contemporary fantasy. Yeah, it's perfect for fans of Aru Shai. That's what it reminds me of when looking at the cover. Pretty. No, you spelled the name right, I think. I'd be interested in any of those. Any of them. Put a name in a hat. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter. We can go with something that's continuing, but it's up to you. Ghost is really short because I think that's the only one that out of those that's like complete. But if I can find the book that I do have. I don't think I have the first one. Yeah, this is the third book. But they're really, I know they're really short. I think they're told in different voices, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. There's a graph in here. What was the other suggestion? It didn't go through. It's not meant to be here. Oh, the Labyrinth Lost. Have I seen those? That sounds familiar. Oh, I remember that cover. I have no idea what that's about. Latin mythology. Oh my goodness, I'd read any of it. It all sounds good. Oh, yeah, you can't use that word, girl. Usually it asks me though. Usually it tells me that usually it tells me, is this question, not appropriate? Yeah. But yeah, you can't even say that word. You can't even you can't put that in any video. So many people's videos get taken down and just because that word is there, because they think it's derogatory, because the people who run YouTube are apparently living in the Stone Age and don't know that word has been taken back. But anyway. Yes. Yeah. I think, like I said, I think that the people who run YouTube are living in the Stone Age and don't realize that, we have taken back that word. But anyway. I don't know which one to read, though. Put a name in a hat. To a random number generator. I don't know. That's the problem. We always have too many options. So many options. I think out of all of those, this is the only book that I have that's related to that, but I can always buy them. But this is the book number 3, because I found it at Ollie's for $3.99. So I bought it, even though it's the 3rd book in the series, because that's what I do. I don't know. Put a number in a hat. Do we have a top hat? I don't have a top hat. Let me pull a card. Let's pull a card and see if it relates to any of the books. Tarot, pick. Does this look like any of the books? Strength. Or ask Alexa. Yeah, it says the lights are flickering. The power is definitely going to go out. Yeah. Does this look like any of the covers or anything? Same colors? I don't know. Strength. Is there strength in any of the synopsises? My power is going to go out. The lights are flickering. Strength. It doesn't really look like that cover. Did you say 8 or 13? I think it would relate to a lot of books. Okay, another card. Six of Wands. Is there a girl and a horse? Maya has a staff. I love this deck, by the way. I just wanted to show off this deck, if I'm being honest. This is a really pretty, sorry, they're really shiny, but this is a really pretty deck. It's a modern witch deck. And there are some of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. Like, they're just, oh, they're so stunning. They're really pretty. And they're very, I can't show some of the cards because they're naked on some of them, obviously, because it's a tarot deck. But yeah, it does kind of, I got another wand card. But maybe that's the answer. They smell like, they smell like brand new books. That's what they smell like. So good. They have such a good smell. Which sounds weird. But this deck is like really, really, really pretty. I only grabbed half of it, but it has POC, like, so like, it's just such a pretty deck. There's like not a single man anywhere in this deck. Like nowhere to be found. And I love it. It's really, really beautiful. This is one of my favorite. I love this one. It's really pretty. Anyway. This one, yeah. See? Maybe that's the answer. That's the answer. I don't know what any of those cards mean. I'm not that good at it yet. But yeah, there's like no men. I think there might be like I think death might be like a dude, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's a Grim Reaper. So like, and I think the devil might be a man. The devil card. It sounds really mean. Yeah. But who really knows? The death still has like feminine features. Yeah, I think that's a girl too. Where's the hermit card? Look at the hermit. Like, oh, they're so pretty. Anyway, let's go with Maya. Okay. I think it is. I think like, and instead of like blood, this one's like, they're like black blood. It's a really, really cool deck. Oh yeah, the devil. Yeah. See, the devil is like a man, I think. It's just a really pretty deck. This is like the card that's used to like sell it. The Magician. It's really pretty deck. Anyway, I just bought it and it's beautiful and it smells really good. Oh, with Maya, only book 1 is out. Oh. Well, let's read book 1 and just see if we like it, and then we'll just read something else then. We never said we had to complete series. It's just a recommendation. This is my favorite because the caption says everything is fine. For like, what is that? The 10 of Swords? 1, 2. Yeah, the 10 of Swords, which is like, everything's fine. Get you to finish series. There's exceptions to the rule. The Empress is, sorry, I'm back to my cards, but beautiful. They're so pretty. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's very much that card, and I love it. I love that it says everything is fine. It's like the only one that's like has like a different name as well. Like all the other ones, like 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, like they all have the same name except for that one. It's such a pretty deck, though. Anyway, she has purple hair. love how like even like the king are just like more in like the king cards are still women, but they're like androgynous. Like that's still a woman, but like she's just androgynous. Well, maybe it's a woman. Maybe I'm just being, ignorant. Maybe they go as a they, them, or a he, she, or a he, him, and I'm just ignorant, but I think it's a woman. The queen cards are like my favorite, though. The queens are so pretty. Anyway. Oh, there's two. There's an everything is fine. There's two 10 of swords. I didn't realize that. There's the everything is fine card, and then there's this one. What the hell? Why are there two? I don't want two of that card. If you're going to pick two of any card, don't put that one in here. Put two of 10 of cups in here or something. Anyway, sorry. So we're reading Maya. Okay, let's read it. Let's do it. Yeah, I think a lot of like the higher number swords are really heavy. Like, oh, it's such a pretty deck though. Yeah, I have my other one here too. My other one's still pretty and I still love it because it's shiny. But that Modern Witch deck is really cool. I was really excited to find it. It comes with this little card that says, you are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Even the back of these cards are pretty. Like, just a nice deck. It smells really good. I love the smell. Anyway. Magic Misfits was awesome. Let's read Maya. I should probably order it. I guess I should go eat food and then take my exam before bed. And probably fail it. Yes, Magic Misfits is awesome, and it will be definitely a series that I will recommend to more people. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. All I've had is like coffee for like most of the day, besides my tacos, my leftover tacos. Oh, set a time. Duh. Duh. Yes. What did you want to do? Ouch. Oh, I just pulled something in my back. I don't know when my next classes start. I don't know. March 29th. Yes, you got it. I almost wrote Magic Misfits. Maya, not Magic Misfits. Another M. I should probably order that book, huh? But Monday, that works for me. Same time, same station. That works for me. Another M. So good. So good, Magic Misfits. Okay, I'm going. And then I gotta take my stupid exam. I don't want to do it. But I don't want to. This is my flashcards. They're held together with hair ties because they couldn't be held together with a clip. I hate it. I hate this class. It's always fun, even though half the time I rant about life instead of talking about the book. Oh, I don't even care anymore. I just want to pass the class. It's a gen ed, and I don't like it. Anyway, I am gonna go eat food. I will see you at the end of the month. Say goodbye, Sansa. Hey. Bye. Oh, never mind. She's sleepy. Anyway, goodbye. 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 Someone's moving around. Goodbye. Oh, Sansa's moving around.